Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all of the purchases that I have made in the year of 2022. We're going to talk about whether or not I have stuck to my low buy. If you missed that I'm on a low buy, I can link that video in the eye and down below for you. I just kind of laid out like what the rules were for myself and the structure of my low/no buy. It's kind of alternating, so that'll all be listed in the description box if you're interested. But today is March 6th, so we're going to talk about every single purchase I have made up until this point, and I'm even going to mention a couple of products that I have received in PR. So it's going to be every makeup item that has come into my collection since the beginning of the year. So we're just going to go through every single purchase that I have made so far this year, and at the very end of the video, I will tell you a dollar amount on how much I have spent on all of these products total. So let's just go in chronological order. In January, I did not purchase any makeup whatsoever. No new products came into my collection that were makeup. I don't think anything like skincare did either, but this is really just focusing on makeup. I don't feel like I have like a spending issue or like anything I want to slow down in skincare. I really just purchase something when I run out of something for the most part with skincare. But on February 6th, I did go ahead and go to Ulta and Sephora. So this is when my first purchases happened, and I ran out of this eyeliner, so this was a replacement. This is the e.l.f. H2O proof eyeliner pen. This is a black liquid liner. It's my favorite one, and I completely ran out of my black liquid liner that I already owned. I did have this one and I used it up last year, and then I finished up the Stila Stay All Day liquid liner. So yeah, I bought this one to replace my black liquid liner as I did not own one anymore, and I really felt like it had a place in my collection. And then I also picked up another liquid liner. Now this one is debatable, you guys can take it as you want to, but I did purchase the NYX Epic Ink liner in the shade brown. This is again a liquid liner and it's brown. Now this isn't the kind of eyeliner that's like a really deep brown where it kind of looks black. This I felt like is a very standalone product. I have nothing in my collection like it. I've been wanting one for a very long time, and I found one at a really affordable price. It's cruelty free, so I felt like it was within the means of my low buy structure to purchase it because I had nothing else like it in my collection. I wanted to be careful about allowing myself to do this type of thing because I could look at an eyeshadow palette, for example, that is a whole palette of pressed glitters, for example, and I could say, oh, I don't have a palette that has 12 pressed glitters in it. I have nothing like this in my collection. But I also have like 15 eyeshadow palettes, so that's not really an excuse there. I think I have every color in the rainbow, every color under the sun that I might want, or I could mix them together. That would not be like acceptable in my own eyes, but for a brown eyeliner, I did feel like this was something that was missing in my collection, and I didn't feel like I was breaking the rules or like breaking my structure to go out and purchase it. So this was $6. This one was $9. The e.l.f. one was $6. So I did purchase the two of these from Ulta on February 6th. I personally don't think either one of these was breaking my low buy. One was a replacement, and this one was filling a gap that I did not have, and I really did feel like it was a gap. I can since say that I've had this for exactly a month as of today, and I have been using it all of the time, like at least 4 times a week. I haven't been wearing that much makeup in the last month, but I'm wearing this probably at least 4 times a week. So I think that that's kind of showing that it's really worth it. I'm wearing the black liquid liner today, and this is probably the 4th time total that I've worn it since I got it in February. So it just shows how much more I'm able to use the brown liquid liner. And then on that same day, I went to Sephora. I am going to mention this because my husband and I share a bank account, and this was my Valentine's gift from my husband. So he got me the Bite Beauty lip crown in the shade Kava. And while this was a gift from someone who has shared finances with me. So I felt like I should include it in this because it was technically my money as well that purchased it. So yeah, he got me some earrings. I think they're the ones right there. Yeah. From Celeste Co. And he got me this. So this was a purchase, but I did allow myself to ask for one thing for Valentine's Day. This was half off. I've been really wanting this shade, and I think that Bite might be discontinuing it because it's been half off for a couple of months now, both on Bite's website and Sephora. I'm very happy with this. I think that this was a really great gift. I have it on today. with a mixture of a lip liner and a gloss, but I do have it on today. And you can see I've had it for a month and I have used up a good little bit of it. I do really enjoy wearing this. It's a nice, like, purple leaning toned, cool tone lip, and I really like it. So again, this was not breaking my low buy because I did allow myself one Valentine's gift, and I think to get this for half off as well was a really great deal. So this was $13 on that same day from Sephora. The next thing I had to kind of guess is like maybe February 11th, but I'm not 100%. I don't think it really matters to you guys like what day I got it on, but it was just about 4 or 5 days after that initial purchase that I got a mascara. So once I got the NYX brown liquid liner, I really wish that I had had a brown mascara. Again, I have mascaras in my collection, but I do not have a brown one. I also made sure this was a true brown mascara and not a really deep brown that looks black. This is enough of a differentiation from the mascaras that I have that I felt like, again, my collection had a gap in this area that this could fill very well. I, again, got it from the drugstore, so it was a very inexpensive price. I got it from Walmart, and that's why I don't know like the exact date, because it's a little bit harder to track my purchases from Walmart than Ulta, which I have on the app. But roughly just a few days later, I got this, and it was $8 at Walmart. This is the Covergirl Clump Crusher in the shade Brown, and I just really wanted a brown mascara. You can see here that it truly is brown, so it does provide a very completely different look in my opinion. And I've, again, been using this constantly, like non-stop. This one I've probably been using about 5 times a week. Most days during the week especially, I'm using this brown mascara. So I don't really have to defend myself, like I know it's my low buy, but I really don't think that either one of these was breaking the structure that I set for myself. And I'm also trying to be very mindful about not bending my own rules very often, because this is something that I think I'm actually really benefiting from, is being on this low buy. I feel like I'm really enjoying the makeup that I have, and I decluttered recently a handful of products, I think about 10 or 11 products from my collection, and I now feel like I have a very curated collection. There's maybe 3 things in my whole collection that I'm not so sure about, and I really like where that's at. So I'm happy to have these in the collection, and I'm really happy to be following the structure of this low buy. So those purchases bring us to the end of February, and actually yesterday I went to Ulta and I picked up 2 products. So the first thing that I went for is the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. I used this up in my project pan. I finished it up in January, and I mentioned in that video that I wasn't sure if I would replace it or not, because I do have other lip liners, but I have no other like neutral pink lip liners. I have a lot of more warm tone lip liners, and I also have a couple that are like, I have a brown and I have a red, and then I have a really, really cool tone like brown color, but I really didn't have anything like this. So I took the month of February to decide if I really felt like I could use this in my collection again. I missed it so much, and I actually just picked it up yesterday, like I mentioned. So this was, again, a replacement. I have nothing like this in my collection where it's comparable to this, so I did feel like this was justified in the low buy. So yes, I did pick this up. I haven't even used it yet. I'm probably going to be using it tomorrow, but this was $8 from Ulta. And then the last thing, I haven't actually filmed this video at the time that I'm filming this one now, but I think it's going to go up before this one, so I'm going to have it linked in the eye and down below. But if you've been following my project pan this year, I have been trying to pan this powder from e.l.f. This is the pressed powder, and I have decided I'm going to try and turn this into another product and use it up that way. That being said, I'm actually going to film that video today, so after today I will no longer have a pressed powder in my collection. So that would need to be replaced because this is turning into something else. It's a video idea that I have, and I also think that the product I want to turn it into is something that I would enjoy using more, hopefully. So if you guys missed that video, I can also have that linked for you. Leading to that, I knew I would be doing that this weekend, so I knew I would need to replace the pressed powder because I do have loose powders in my collection, but I feel like a pressed powder just performs differently in my eyes, and it's also just a little bit more convenient to use in a hurry. And just to be honest, sometimes I am, like most days, in a hurry on the way to work especially, so sometimes pressed powder is just more realistic for me. So I decided to replace it with this one. This is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. If you're wondering, I have it in the shade 120 Fair. There was a shade called Porcelain, I think maybe 110. It's a little bit lighter than this, but they didn't have it in store, so I picked this one up and I think it's fine for my skin. I actually do have it on today, but this is the second product that I picked up from Ulta yesterday, and it was $12. I did round up just to make the math a little bit easier, but yeah, it's like $11.99, so $12. But this is the pressed powder I decided to replace that one with, so again, this does fit into my replacement only low buy. Those are all of the products that I have purchased since January 1st of this year, and other than like gifts for other people. This is all the makeup that I've purchased for myself. I think that I have stuck within my beauty budget like structure. This is my low buy structure, and I think I've stuck to it so far. So I do have one like free purchase in the month of March. I think I'm going to be using it on the Misha BB cream, but I'm trying to wait until probably at least halfway through the month until I decide that, because I won't get another makeup purchase until May. So I want to be really sure about that, but that is the one that I'm leaning the most towards. I thought about getting the Give Me Glow like periwinkle shade, but I haven't thought about it in 2 weeks. So maybe I don't need it. Maybe I'll end up getting it like around the time of my birthday or something, because I know I have a couple extra makeup items allowed around my birthday, but when I can only pick like one thing every other month, I think I'd get more use out of a BB cream than an eyeshadow. And the reason I went ahead and I didn't get that and I got this instead is because I thought this was discontinuing. So I asked for this for Valentine's Day instead. I'm very happy that I did that. Again, I think I'm going to get a lot more use out of this than I would a periwinkle eyeshadow duo. I still kind of want that, but I know I just wouldn't be wearing it every day, so I'm trying to hold off on that. I also have a couple products that I got in PR, but before I talk about those, I want to go ahead and total up the products that I have purchased so far this year. So if you were not adding as I went along, the total of everything I have purchased, replacements and also the brown liner and mascara, everything together was $56, not including tax. We're not worried about that in this video. But yeah, before tax, it was $56. I am so happy with that because we're in the third month of the year, and to have only spent $56 on makeup, I think that that's really amazing. I mean, I have a couple products that alone cost that much. I know most of them are eyeshadow palettes, but even just looking, like, this is a $65 palette. So just to kind of like put that into perspective for myself, to spend less than one palette in over 2 months, I think is really good, especially for my previous makeup spending habits. That's something that I probably would have spent minimum a month. So to do that within 2 months, I'm really proud of myself for sticking to this. I don't feel upset with myself or anything about getting the 2 brown products. I've been using them like crazy, so I really think that those were good purchases for me. I also noticed that I thought about those purchases a lot before I got them, and I think that that's going to be like the takeaway from this project for myself moving forward. So I'm very excited to see how this continues to go. I will say that in February, I was ready to buy makeup, and it's already March 6th, and I don't feel the need to bite the bullet and order that BB cream just yet. I do think I will end up ordering that BB cream for sure because I really miss my Misha BB cream, but I'm going to be picking up the Purito one instead because of the cruelty-free status. So that's probably going to be my March purchase, but even the difference of 1 month, I don't feel the need to order it right this second. I kind of want to wait and make sure that that's the product I want to spend my money on. So with that being said, there are a couple of products in the makeup category that I have received in PR, and I want to put them in this video because I also want to make sure that I'm keeping those in check, because with PR, it's like on Octoly, you have credits and you can order things, and I don't want to go overboard with ordering makeup just because I'm trying not to spend money on it. I still don't want to add too many products into my collection, regardless of how they come into my collection. So I have received 4 makeup products in PR since the beginning of the year. 3 of them are from Octoly, and 1 of them was from the brand directly. So let's go ahead and talk about the 3 Octoly products first. This first one is a Milk Makeup mascara. This is called the Rise Mascara, and I thought that the brush on this looked like something I would really enjoy, so I did sign up to receive this, and I do really like this mascara, but I mentioned in a recent video that it's been very messy lately. So that's something to keep in mind if you're interested in it. But I am happy that I tried this because I used the old Milk Makeup one and I think it flaked and smudged on me. I remember getting everywhere throughout the day, but either way it got everywhere. But this one really doesn't do that on me. So I am glad that I picked it up and have tried it out. I've been really enjoying using it, and I actually use it a lot as well when I'm not wearing the brown one. I'm typically wearing this. Today I'm wearing the Bite Beauty mini. I had that already from the end of last year that I got with some points, so that did not actually come into my collection this year. I had it under my bathroom counter with the other mascara backups because I don't want to have too many open at once, but that's what I have on today. And I have my Ilia one on the lower lashes, but this has been the one I've mostly been going to when I'm not wearing the brown mascara, and I really like it. But I don't think I will spend my money and purchase it because it is a high-end mascara, and because of how messy it is, I think that that's just reason enough not to get it. The second thing was something I was so excited to try. This is the newest lipstick from Fenty, and this is the refillable one, and I have this in the shade Mother, I feel like I sound like such a dork saying this, but anyways, this is in the shade 04 Mother Lover, and it's a nice nude lip. This is a really pretty neutral leaning warm tone lip. I actually didn't know what color this was going to be when I knew that I'd be receiving it, so I can't really speak to the fact that, oh, I picked this color because blah blah blah. No, but I do really like this, and it's something that I wanted to mention that it is in my collection now. The last thing from Octoly was this, gifted to me by Supergoop. This is the Resetting Refreshing Mist. This is an SPF setting spray, kind of skincare, kind of makeup. Because it's a setting spray, I think that it counts as makeup. I did receive the glow screen as well, which I guess could be considered makeup, but to me this is really makeup. But I just kind of want to keep track of these as well. I felt like sometimes people say oh, I'm not going to include that because I didn't buy it. That's true, but I just feel like, at least for now, I want to add them in here because it will help me stay on track as far as not getting overboard. And then the last thing is this lip oil from Spectrum. This is their glossy balm, and they sent this to me with the Zodiac brushes earlier this year, but I really like this as well. This is something that I could definitely see myself spending my own money on. This particular one is in the shade Hannah, and I think it's a really great lip oil. So those are the 4 products that I received elsewhere. I'm not going to be totaling those up because I didn't spend my money on them, but I just think it's important to mention it because this whole video is about the makeup that's come into my collection since the beginning of the year, and specifically my low buy. So let me know moving forward if you want me to add in the things that I didn't pay for. This would include later on, if any of my friends give me makeup for my birthday or something, that would be included in that section. At the end, it's I didn't spend money on this, but it did join my collection. If you guys aren't interested in that, I definitely won't put it in the video, but for me, I feel like I would like to see that in other people's videos, so I just wanted to put it in mine as well. And I think that it will keep me more accountable for what's coming in my collection because honestly, I'm really enjoying having less and less products to focus on and work through. So I don't want to add stuff just because it's free. My spending habits have changed a little bit there. Used to, I would buy things just because they were on clearance or because they were at TJ Maxx. But now I really try and think a little bit more about what I actually want to have in my collection. And all of the 4 products that came to me in PR, I'm very happy with. I felt like those would fit my collection very well. With that being said, those are all of the products that have come into my collection since the beginning of the year. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!